What's up guys, RADFLIKINC here. I'm doing my first video installment into the 30-day horror challenge. And real quick, if you don't know what that is, there's a YouTube user named Tattooed Doorman, and he saw this thing on Facebook, and he decided he took it upon himself to bring it to YouTube for all the horror fans. And what it is for 30 days, every day, there's a question or a theme, and he's challenging you to, do your own videos and answer the theme. And I think so far there's 6 or 7. And I've been trying to do these since the first one, but I haven't found time to do it. But I actually have time now, so the day one is what I'm going to do right now. So this is my video, my first video installment into the 30 Days of Horror. And the first one is, what is the first horror movie you've ever seen? And it was kind of hard. It was a bit of a debate with that with me, because the first horror film I can remember seeing, period, was Demonic Toys, and that was way back when I was really young. I must have been older than 6, maybe 7, the oldest. But I remember seeing clips of that, but it scared me so much I didn't watch the whole thing. So, and I don't own that movie, so I felt like that wouldn't be right and wouldn't be fair to call it that. But the first one, horror movie, I can remember seeing all the way through, at least to my memory, I saw it all the way through, was this one, Friday the 13th Part 3. And yeah, it wasn't in 3D. I saw it on TV. When they showed it on TV, I saw it shortly after I saw Demonic Toys. I saw it like maybe not even a year later, maybe a year later. So it was like, I say early 90s. So yeah, this is the first horror movie I've ever seen all the way through. And I remember this is kind of, I guess, what kind of got me into horror. It scared me also, and I might have, shielded my eyes, of course, because I was a little kid. But it really got me into horror, and it kind of threw me off though, because then as I got older and I decided to watch the whole Friday the 13th series, I thought that Jason had the mask the whole time, because this is the first one I ever saw. And of course, in the first one he's not even in it, at least not a grown-up. In the second one he's wearing that potato sack or burlap sack over his head. But this one's really iconic too, and I think not as iconic as the original, but it's really iconic because it's the first one where he dons the mask. Give you a real quick look at the back. This is the deluxe edition. I own the whole franchise besides Jason X. I didn't like that movie at all. I feel like there's no purpose in me in buying it, but I have all the other ones regular, but this is the one I got. And another funny story about this is the first horror movie I've ever bought myself, because I've liked horror my whole life since I was a kid, but just going to see them in theaters or going to a friend's house that had a collection. I've never had a DVD collection my whole life, and I just recently got a job and decided to start buying a bunch of DVDs. And I know, actually, this was with my last job. Anyway, I was at Walmart buying something, and then I just saw this sitting in there for it was like $9.99, and I was like, oh cool, 3D. And I remember it automatically came to me that this is the first horror movie I've ever seen. So I was like, you know what, let me rewatch it, 12 to almost 15 years later, and see if it has the same effect. And it was even better, because I understood it more. I got the humor and the killings. I didn't look away. I promise I didn't look away at all. But this one is, I love this one. This one, to me, it's not better than the original, but it's almost just as good, because he finally gets the hockey mask, and you can show anybody a hockey mask and they'll think Jason. Most people probably even before they think about hockey, and it's really good. It's one of my favorite slasher films ever. It's the same thing. A bunch of people go to the camp and they're hanging out there before the campers come in, and they're going to be the counselors, and then Jason comes in and starts killing them off one by one, and he kills this one guy who's like a big prankster, and ends up getting the mask. So this is me responding to Tattooed Doorman's 30-Day Horror Challenge, showing you the first horror movie I've ever seen, which is Friday the 13th Part 3. So that's it, and I'll be doing more of these, so stay tuned.